Okay, folks, it's the Carnivore Christian making some brown butter. I've been cooking this real salted butter for about 15 minutes on medium heat. And what happens is it starts to turn brown and foam up after a while. So you don't want to get it too brown, burning it. So I don't want to take a chance of burning this. It doesn't taste good. So brown butter is what you eat when you're a keto carnivore, on the keto carnivore diet. And right here, Survival Shield X2 iodine. That's right, folks. But now that you got the brown butter here, you can see it's kind of brown on top. It's through that foam, it's brown. It's hard to see it, but see when I stir it quick enough. But the whole concept is look up Dr. Ken D. Berry, Dr. Anthony Chafee, learn the proper human diet: beef, bacon, butter, and eggs, animal fat, salt, liver, bone broth, and without the carbs and the sugars and the grains and the seed oils, all the vegetable oil, and you just eat beef, bacon, butter, and eggs. And what I'm doing now, I'll let that cool for a minute before I put it in these glass containers lined with parchment paper. But now you come over here, I got pork cut up, pork belly cut up. I want when it starts to float, and it's pretty much on a high temperature. This is real lard that I'm cooking with, and if I don't cook with lard that I get at Walmart, I buy rendered beef fat from Amazon, grass-fed cows, and the fat from that beef is rendered down, boiled down, and that's what you cook, what you fry in, or you put in you cook your eggs in. But people always wondering what to eat. What I do is I get the highest fat content hamburger I can, and I put it in a pan like this, and I basically put butter and salt and bacon grease in the pan, and I cook up the hamburger meat with eggs. And I put a pound of hamburger for breakfast and lunch and about 12 eggs, and that's what I eat for breakfast and lunch. And now this is dinner, and this is when these pork bellies that are frying in this lard start to float and get crispy, that's when I take them out. But back to the brown butter and another special drink I'm going to share with you. But as soon as I pour this, a drink that I made up to replace coffee, because caffeine is bad for you. I'm going to say it, because if you drink coffee and then you quit and all of a sudden you got a headache, or you're jonesing for more coffee and you can't quit, obviously, in my opinion, it's not good for you. So I quit it and I make another drink. But this is what I'm doing now. I'm pouring this brown butter. See, mostly the clear stuff comes out on top first. So I pour equal amounts into these two pans. And then you got the brown part of the butter coming last, right there. So basically, you put this in the freezer, and that's how you end up getting it hard. Then when you're ready, it takes about maybe an hour in the freezer. But you spread out all the brown butter evenly in the bottom of these pans. Don't waste any of it, and put it in the freezer. And it's a good snack. Every now and then I'll have a cookie. But it's not good for me, because as soon as I do that, I have a bad bathroom experience. When on carnivore, you don't. You may go to the bathroom 3-4 times a week instead of 8 times a week. And it doesn't smell as bad, the bottom line. And contrary to what all the liars say out there, the ones that just believe everybody for all the lies, they say when you go carnivore or keto, you basically get stopped up, and that's why you don't use the bathroom as much. But that's a lie. When you're eating beef, bacon, butter, and eggs, a proper human diet, as Dr. Ken D. Berry would say, you don't need, and I know it for a fact, you don't need to use the bathroom as much, and it's a much more pleasant experience. It's not, you don't have the runs, you don't have, you're not backed up, you have a good bathroom experience, less time, because you're absorbing all the food. So I'm going to put this, see, I get some salmon in the freezer. We don't eat these vegetables. Every now and then when we have some family over, my wife will make something with vegetables, but we don't eat vegetables. So you can see I got some olives and eggs. Besides beef, bacon, butter, and eggs, I'll eat a couple olives with my eggs. I don't know how great they really are for you, or people that are carnivore in the carnivore community. I don't know what they really say about that, but basically, it might be a problem to some people. Olives, you know, people say don't even cook with olive oil because it's not high temperature, and they're cutting olive oil with canola oil. So I put this in the freezer, and by the time we eat dinner, me and my wife, we're good. It's going to be done. But look, they're starting to float up and down, and they're looking crispy. The pork belly right here is looking kind of crispy. You see that? You see. Look at that. It's beautiful. See how they're kind of floating up and down? You know, so it's beautiful. It's like bacon. And pork belly, I guess, is pretty much right by the bacon cut on the pork, on the pig. But I'm going to take this out. But I recommend, I can't recommend anything because I'm not a doctor. I don't give medical advice. But I eat beef, bacon, butter, and eggs to stay healthy. And I don't have pain everywhere all the time like I used to. I've been doing carnivore for probably 4 years, I'm thinking. And keto for probably, I'm guessing maybe 5 years. But I definitely, like I said, have better bathroom experience, think a lot clearer. Look at that. And you have a lot more energy on the job, a lot more energy in the bedroom. Always ready, always was. But you know what? A lot of people get erectile dysfunction when they have a lot of high carbs and sugar, just like pain everywhere and heart attack and stroke and diabetes and overweight and mental issues like ADD for kids. If you care about your kids, cut out all the carbs and sugar and feed them a proper human diet, folks. I think it's child abuse by taking your kids to McDonald's and giving them fruit drinks, and it's all poison. I mean, some doctors say you can have some fruit, but diabetics will say, hey, they get problems when they eat fruit. But I just leave it alone. I leave it alone. But look how beautiful that looks, pork belly. And that brown butter is going to be good for dessert. Got a couple over easy eggs. I'm going to put a couple olives in there, and that's what I eat. And basically, I got steak, and I'm almost getting sick of just eating a regular steak. But I like to grind. I'm going to get a grinder and start, because I usually just get hamburger. Like I said, 27% fat or 20%, and just mix it with the eggs. And that's pretty good with butter and salt. But basically, when I ordered some steak from a local ranch here in Sarasota, Florida, and the beef, it's all right. But all the different cuts you get when you order an eighth of a cow, or what was it? Quarter, I think it was an eighth, but for like $600 if I'm not mistaken. But those cuts, for me it's better to grind it up, put a little liver in there. And I do have some liver that I cooked right here, and I ate it a couple nights ago, and I'm going to put it in with some ground beef. But there's the eggs. I get pasture raised. That's what you got to look for, pasture raised. Everything else is not pasture raised. Got the real salted butter. You see what I mean? And I got the highest I could find at Walmart today, ground chuck, 80/20. Trying to have, my wife's got arthritis, so I'm trying to get from the inoculation shots. So I'm trying to get I got ribeye here, and I got sirloin, and I try to get filet for her. I got some hot dogs. Every now and then I'll put some onions in the for the liver. Got a little lime. So that's kind of, if I cheat, it'll be a little onions every now and then with the liver. Cheating on carnivore, a little couple olives, But I got all beef hot dogs here. And that's what I eat. That's what's in here. And in my refrigerator. But I don't use everything in here. I mean, I don't use hot sauce, ketchup, or cheese. But like I said, when family comes over, I don't use any kind of condiments at all. None of this fake mayonnaise, no honey. Mustard I might put on a hot dog every now and then. But I don't use any of this stuff. Cheese is no good for me. I don't drink. But the whole key is, if you want to be healthy, cut out the oatmeal, the bread, the rice, the potatoes, the grains, the seed oils, or anything but cut out the vegetable oil, the soybean oil, and use basically lard or tallow. Don't believe that because they're cutting there it is, lard. That's beef. That's pork fat. But they're cutting the olive oil with canola oil. But you know, what are you going to cook with olive oil if you're carnivore? You can't cook anything with it because it's not high temp. So the carnivore Christian's just trying to shoot you right on the dessert. Now there's a guy, Dr. Kiltz. He does make an ice cream, and you can make that with, if you're going to cheat and you're going to make ice cream, make it with the unpasteurized heavy whipping cream, pasture-raised egg yolks, honey, and some fruit, and mix it all together. But this is the Carnivore Christian signing off for today, just giving you some ideas on how to be a good keto carnivore. This is pretty much carnivore way of eating. But God bless. TrustJesusalone.com. Get on there. Find out how to be saved by trusting Jesus' blood alone to save your soul. Not living good and Jesus. Only Jesus alone. God bless. Take care. There's me and my wife. We went to Niagara Falls. Good trip. Be joyful. Pray always and give thanks. God bless.